All right, so I was asked to make a video about the altered scale, and to do that we need to understand the altered chord. And an altered chord is a dominant chord where the ninth has to be either flatted or sharp, or both. You can have a flat 9 and a sharp 9, but you can't have the regular 9. All right, same with the 11. You can't have a regular 11, you've got to have a sharp 11. You can't have a 13, you've got to have a flat 13. And I just covered all the tensions that exist, okay? That's all there are. There's 11th, there's 3 kinds of ninths, the flat, the sharp, and the regular. And then there's 2 kinds of 11ths and 2 kinds of 13ths. And they have to be flat 9 or sharp 9, sharp 11 or flat 13. Any combination of those 4 notes on a C7th chord, for instance. So we could have like a C7th altered with a sharp 9 and a flat 13. See? And you use it in a 2-5-1. All right? Or maybe a flat 9 and a sharp 11. Okay, so those are just some examples of using an altered chord. Now, there's 2 kinds of chord symbols for this. You have C7 altered, or sometimes it'll be C7 and you'll see like the flat 9 and a flat 13 written in or something. Or you sometimes have this symbol, C plus 7. Now, what that really means is a C augmented chord, like that. And usually if you find that symbol in a 2-5-1, the altered chord will work and is usually what is really meant by that symbol. But other times, like if it's in this progression, C, C plus to D minor, something like that, that really is an augmented chord, and you should use the whole tone scale or something else, like this. Okay. That's the whole tone scale. But we're talking about the altered scale. So if that chord comes in a 2-5-1, like G minor to C plus 7, you can usually you'll find this will work. You can put in the altered tensions, and you'll have good harmony there. All right, or you could use this or this, any combination really. Even just a simple sharp 9 chord is an altered chord. Most of the time it's called C7 sharp 9, but it is an altered chord. And you can use the altered scale with it. And the altered scale is pretty easy. It's based on the minor melodic ascending from C sharp. See, minor melodic ascending. But look what it has in it. It has the root, the flat 9 and the sharp 9, has the third, has the sharp 11, has the doesn't have a 5. Has the flat 13 and the flat 7 because it's a dominant chord. All right, so it has the guide tones and the 4 altered tensions and the root, and that's it. Okay. Now, what can you do with the altered scale? You know, I have a lot of patterns I've come up with. I tend to avoid the tritone on that particular run there. I mean, I don't really avoid the tritone, but sometimes I do. Okay, many times it'll be going to a minor chord also, because you use this kind of chord in a minor 2-5-1. Okay, now what else can you do with it? Well, you know, you can make up some patterns. There's a couple of good triads buried in there. I was looking at these kind of patterns in my last video, which is like where you take use fourths and fifths. Give kind of a modern approach. So there's one that works. It's got the, you know, some altered tensions there plus the 7th. Another one, this one would work. All right, there's probably a few others in there. So you could come up with some modern touches like that. Okay, that's the altered scale. How do you practice it? You know, you could use this rootless. Oh, it's supported by this rootless voicing, right? You know, that's a shape you should recognize from. I did a video I called box voicings. I need to link to that. Anyway, or it's inversion like this. Okay. Or you could just use, you know, something like that. Let me think. What else about the altered scale? Oh, how to practice it. Yeah, so you could go.